Good morning, is it from Zetster's lab? Life happens now. Always now. That is one thing that I've learned and really starting to experience during this part of my life. I mean, during this worldwide pandemic situation that we're in. Life happens now. Only now. Today. A friend of ours found out she's been in contact with somebody else that's now been positive with COVID. Now she's been in contact with us very closely and blah blah blah. I mean, at this stage, nobody knows. Do you have it? Do you don't have it? What's going to happen? And whatever. And this morning she phoned. And she said, with the 50 people that she phoned, my hubby was the only one that gave her positive feedback. I was shocked. Fear is really driving everybody insane at this stage. Absolutely stealing the life that is in us now. I mean, a couple of days ago, our neighbor just about 100 meters from us, he died of COVID. Moved on, as I call it. And immediately I had to deal with what is happening. What if I'm going to lose my husband? How can I cope with that? And all of a sudden I went there. Emotionally I went there to that place and time when I will have to say goodbye to him. Perhaps I go before him, leave this body, whatever you call it. But that is not happening now. So why do I allow myself to go somewhere into the future or whatever you call it, into a situation that I don't have to deal with now? Life happens now. I've got whatever it takes to live victoriously, and that means with peace and joy and power and wisdom and provision and protection, whatever I may need, to cope with any situation that I may find myself in now. I've got what it takes inside of me now to live victoriously through any situation. So, I don't know, the crux of the matter is live, experience life today, now. So now I'm sitting at home, having my cup of coffee. Hubby is still here. My son of Cape Town is visiting. I'm busy with my art, the shop that I've now put my art in. This afternoon I'm having, this is very funny, a woman phoned me asking me about my art workshops. She said her husband, her little kids wants to make daddy and painting for Christmas. I said, fine, I'll help. Then she said, but will I be able to make skulls? Because that is what he likes. He likes dark things, he likes skulls and cats and whatever. At first I said, oh boy, can't we put in a little bit color and blah blah blah. And I was now trying to get her to change her mind so that I feel that I'll be able to cope with this, you see. But no. She kept with this. She said the children would they love their dad, they know exactly what he wants and they would love making him these skull paintings. So at the end, I realized, I just felt in my spirit, just go with it. You know, who am I to judge and say this is right or wrong or whatever? Just enjoy it. Just paint with them whatever they want to paint and share the life in me with the life in them. That's all that I need to do. Just be there. Just paint with them. We don't have to make everything so, overthink everything. So this is my day today. My life today is to cope with whatever I find myself in today. So I'm busy. I was very, very busy getting my 84 paintings to the exhibition at the Christmas market. You will know all about that in my previous videos. And today it's just, I'm at home. I'm not going to paint. I need to pack away all my washing because we've got another cupboard. Hubby joked, I've got this beautiful old bath in my room. And that is now filled to the brim with clean washing. So yes, today I will do that. I will pack away my washing, do things that I haven't done that I need to do around the house. And then 2 o'clock I'll be creating 2 skull paintings. That's my day. So yes, I can enjoy and find peace and joy in this day, in this situation that I find myself in. Or I can allow fear and pain and whatever to steal the life that I have in me already, the abundant life, to help me live victoriously today. So yes, I can sit here in, how do you call it? Sak en as in Afrikaans. Sackcloth and ashes. Because my children is in Thailand and I'm missing them. People are dying around me of COVID. And the fear of COVID. And the fear of losing my husband and my child and whatever. I can allow those things that is not happening in my life now to steal my life that I have now. Or I can live in this moment. Enjoy what I have been given this moment. I can enjoy my cup of coffee. I can enjoy my beautiful home. I can enjoy the art workshop with the 2 little kids this afternoon. That is the choice that we have. The only choice that we really have is what do we do in this moment? Do we embrace life? Find our peace and joy and power and whatever we need in this moment? Or are we continue to live somewhere in the future and allow fear to destroy the abundant life in us, to block that life in us, to destroy life? Because my life happens now. Do I feel alive? Do I experience life? Or do I miss it? Do I miss my whole life because I'm either living in the future or living in the past? Accept and not live now, because life happens now. And that's what we are trying to tell our friend this morning. Fear not. All is well now. Do what you can do. Get the facts. Can you go back to school to teach? Do you need to stay home? Whatever. Find out the facts. And then what's applicable to you this day. And then go from there. Don't allow vain imaginations of what may or may not happen to steal the life in you, because you are alive now in this situation. You've now found out, you have been in contact with someone who has been positive tested for COVID. So that is the fact of this matter of your life happening now. So what now? Deal with the facts that is happening now. Do not allow vain imaginations and fear to steal the life that is still in you. You are alive now. And the life in you promises you peace and joy in the midst of any situation, even in whatever you may find yourself in. And that is what it means to experience heaven on earth, to experience abundance now. It doesn't mean I'm not going to get COVID, or I'm not going to lose my husband sometime, or I'm going to not be able to see my kids that's living overseas because we cannot fly. That is the fact. The fact is we cannot fly. We cannot go and see my kids at this stage. And but life happens in me, through me now. My life, my breath, I don't know even what to call it, but what we are is not this is what we see. What we are is the abundant life in us that is leading us, guiding us, providing for us. I cannot say it more enough. I'm talking to myself here once again. Life happens now, in this moment. Deal with what you have to deal with now. But do not allow fear, anger, resentment, vain imaginations for what may happen and what happened to everybody else and what. Don't allow that into your heart. Guard your heart and experience life, the abundance that life, the life in you. I'm not talking about the world out there. The life in you can provide, wants to, is providing for you now. That is what it means. I'm alive now. I am living through the life that is in me. I'm allowing the life in me to flow and to provide and to guide me through whatever situation I might find myself in. And that makes me think of, remember Jesus and his friends on the boat in the storm? They were in a storm. And what happened? Jesus was asleep. He was fine. He experienced peace and joy in the midst of his situation. What happened with his friends? They were absolutely hysterical. They believed they're going to die. They're not going to make it through this to the other side. And they allowed fear to steal the abundant life that was there for them to cope with that situation. So to me, the big thing of that story is we allow our minds to create terrible storms in our lives. You're in a situation. Jesus was in that physically storm. But he didn't create a storm in his mind. He didn't allow his mind to steal the life that was in him. And that is what we do. We are in situations. We are all in tough situations. We can either allow our minds to create these storms that we truly believe are going to kill us, or we can allow the life in us to provide us with the peace and the joy and the power and the wisdom and the provision, whatever we may need to experience peace and joy through this. That's the only choice we have. Our reaction to what is happening is the only choice that we have. I cannot change what is happening now in my life. I can do nothing about my children living in Thailand, and I cannot get there. But I can choose how I react to it. Will I be angry, resentful, fearful, full of self-pity? Oh, poor me, I cannot get to them. Or will I just make peace with what is happening and find my peace and joy in what I have in and around me now? A wonderful cup of coffee, a wonderful husband, a beautiful home. My art workshop creating 2 skulls with butterflies this afternoon. No, that's life. That is my life, not the life I create in my mind. These terrible storms that destroys the life in me. Where do you live today? Where do you choose to live today? In the abundant life that is yours, or in your mind with all its vain imaginations? That is hell. You can choose where you want to stay today. In heaven, that peace of joy where you experience living through the abundant life that is in you, or you can live in hell where you run around believing and listening and allowing your mind to lie, steal, kill and destroy the abundant life in you. That's your choice. So cheers to choosing life this day, this moment, because life happens now. Have a fantastic day. Life happens now. You've got this. I've got this. We've got the life in us to deal with every situation we may find ourselves in. The life in us will guide us to the next step we need to take, to the next person we need to call, to the next breath we need to take. The life in us will give us all the wisdom we need in how to cope with this. All we need to do is still our minds, be still and know all is well. Now, life happens now. Let me go. Have a fantastic day.